It's hard to tell who has your back from who has it long enough to stab you in it. Nicole Richie. Getting betrayed in Arc Raiders sucks, but to really understand it, I wanted to go into the game to PvP, to pretend to be someone's friend and then stab them in the back. And well, I just could not bring myself to do it. The game's fun social nature makes it so hard to shoot first. Hey. It's good, man. Some good playing. Or stacks the odds against you, meaning if you did shoot first, you most probably won't survive, even when you meet a bunch of, I think, NPCs from Cyberpunk.
Check this out.
Okay, well now things are getting a bit airy. On to the music.
I'm gonna need you to dance.
You wanna go, want a duel? Hold on.
I don't know if we like party crashers around here.
You wanna do this?
Let's go break into some locked doors.
I spent 2 hours in the game trying to kill another player in solos for this video, and only once could I bring myself to do it, and I did not even get any loot from it, and I felt really bad afterwards.
Hey man, I was just messing around. You might want to move up and shoot at it.
Why did I set out on this mission? Well, I wanted to really test what drives a raider to betray another raider, and if we need some kind of system in place to monitor the worst offenders. I should also say that this was all in solos. I know playing in squads can turn into bloodbaths real quick. One thing I love in gaming, or any fandom really, is when the community makes transformative content. By this I mean they take the game and they build on it and create their own lore and fun. And my god, is Arc Raiders having this effect. Not only is it a game that transcends its mechanics by allowing players to craft their own stories and epic moments, but it is all bleeding out into the real world. And the best example I've seen of this so far, or what could have been, was the Speranza watchlist, a website that was supposed to allow the community to track players who they deem untrustworthy. Unfortunately, the website has now been taken down, or at least changed to the point that it's a completely different site, due to legal reasons. No, I think they were legit reasons, to be fair. The site originally was a place where anyone could report other Arc Raiders for betraying them in-game, and you could search a gamer tag and see if a fellow player has ever betrayed someone else, or camped an extract point to unceremoniously kill someone, and being a general griefer. Now I should say, PvP is a big part of this game, and I don't think anyone should be punished for doing it, but one thing I personally cannot forgive is other players saying that they're friendly, then waiting for your back to turn, then shooting you. Can that happen? Yes. Is the game set up for that to be a thing? Yeah. Is it illegal? No. Do I wish there was some kind of website I could go to report you for doing it? Yeah, I kinda do. I want to warn others of your terrible deeds, plus it would make me feel better. I also could see it as being part of the game now too. Narratively, it makes sense that there would be a bulletin board in Speranza, a list of raiders you should not trust topside. So I think this could have all come together beautifully, if it could have been done in just good fun. Even if no one took it seriously, sometimes just the idea of reporting someone for doing something you don't like gives you a sense of justice, even if nothing ever comes from it. But it is kind of doxing, even though they are public gamer tags, and it's a public game, kind of depending how you look at it. People still need to agree to that information being spread to other places online. Also, who knows what others could do with that information. So I totally get why the site had to be changed. Now the site is just a fake version of what it once was. Going to the site now gives you this warning. All data is now fictional and auto-generated to respect data privacy. And I cannot stress enough that I get it. But part of me still wishes there was something in-game that could warn me when players normally engage in PvP compared to PvE. I'm fine with getting shot on sight, I'm just not fine with someone pretending to be friendly, following me around a while, and then turning on me at the extract. I mean, I am fine with it, it's the game. I'm also not fine. I know, right? Who hurt me? Now, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of nuance here. I have indeed, and I'm ashamed to say it, betrayed someone before. In one of my early games, I was playing duos and me and my teammate saw a flare fly up in the distance, meaning someone died over there. While investigating, one other player shot me in the back, and as we turned and fired into him, he realised there were two of us and began to scream, "Friendly." Then he told us that, we scared him, so he shot, and he was brand new to the game and had no guns or ammo left, so, we let him live, and he wanted to tag along with us, even though we didn't really want that, but, we let him do it anyway. And I tell you, we walked around looting, and this guy looted nothing as we walked around. He just chatted to us about how new to the game he was, and then he asked us if, we happen to see another player, we should kill them so he can loot their body for guns. At this point, me and my buddy in a private chat both talked about how untrustworthy this guy was, and how willing to kill other players he was, and we both agreed to turn around and humanely take his life. We genuinely thought this guy had killed, would kill again, and would betray us in a heartbeat. So we did. We killed him. We ignored his screams of confusion, we apologised, and we looted his body to find multiple high-level guns, tons of high-level loot, and an overall feeling that we had done the right thing. This guy was definitely not new to the game. He had been lying to us. But there was a chance we had been wrong. There was a chance we could have ruined some poor player's day after they asked us to team up. So I get it, betrayal can happen sometimes. But what I love about the potential of a site like this is that if people do it over and over and over again, we get to know about it. Unfortunately, the site was never meant to be, which once again makes sense for everyone's safety. But I do believe something like this could be very cool if implemented to the actual game. The idea that you could maybe put bounties on other people's heads, for example. Someone who killed you could have a marker on their head, and you could pay, seeds or unnamed currency to the person who collects the bounty. Now there's tons of issues with this too, don't get me wrong, and maybe the game doesn't need it. Maybe the game is built in a way to be just the right amount of PvP, just the right amount of betrayal, the right amount of heartbreak. But I do just like the idea of being in Speranza and seeing wanted posters on the wall, and I also like the idea of being a bounty hunter in the games. Anyway, going back to the Speranza watchlist website, the fact that things like this are being created and attempted is so much fun and shows just how cool the community around this game is. So much praise gets thrown at Ark Raiders as a game, but I really believe it's the community that is making it so fun to keep playing long term, even if they do occasionally take it too far and create, doxing machines. Another example of the community branching off and creating its own fun, and then also taking it too far again, is the streamer wars that happened recently between Burnt Peanut and Hutch MF, where the two streamers pretty much created two clans, the Bungalators and the FMFS, and, had a war. Now things got a little out of hand apparently, with this war affecting other players, like casuals who didn't know what was going on. They were just trying to collect loot, and then they would get caught up in fighting, and then be forced to make an allegiance to one side or the other by just overly zealous fans. And the streamers stepped up and ended the war amicably, kind of. Luckily, I wasn't affected by it, but watching YouTube videos on the whole thing play out has been pretty funny to me. But yeah, I don't love randomers having a hard time because of some, pointless civil war that they know nothing about. But if we can learn to end these things before they go too far, then I'm all for this wacky, narrative building, role-playing insanity that is going on. And I love it when the community takes a game and really makes it their own. What do you think? Should the Speranza watchlist have been changed? Was it doxing? Should it be in the game in some other way, or does the game just not need it? Were the streamer wars fun, or did you just find the whole thing annoying? Also, if you got this far in the video, you made it to the end. So type chicken, so I know you made it here. It really confuses people who look at the comments without watching the video, and it's good for engagement. But yeah, thank you for watching.